Because they have, and I think 2 days ago or 3 days ago, they informed us that they had integrated MS Teams instead of Big Blue Button. As it is, not many of you will suffer because of that. Only 50 people used Big Blue Button during the spring. And so if you have to do the transition, it will not be very difficult for you to learn a new integrated unit platform, video conference platform. So I do not know if Shakir or Zimran is going to walk us through it. So over to you, ITS. I see that Shakir is here.
Yes, 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 ma'am. Today I will be presenting a demo on how to create Microsoft Teams link through their Moodle account. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shakir Gill. I work in IT department as Senior Manager IT Business Analyst. And today I'm going to give you a brief demo on how you create Microsoft Teams session link through your Moodle account. So first of all, no, I don't have a screen sharing. No. Sulman, do I have a screen sharing?
Shakir, you have the screen sharing rights.
Just a second. Yeah, it's working. Thank you. Okay, so there we are. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. I hope everyone is able to see it. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for confirming. So this is a Moodle course page, like any other Moodle course that any of you faculty members will have. So when you're on your Moodle course page, I need to ask you something. What is the first thing we do if we have to do anything on Moodle? Can someone tell me? I always
edit.
Yes.
Edit, turn editing on.
on.
That's the mantra.
Yes, exactly. In all my sessions, I keep on asking the faculty so that, everyone keeps on remembering that. So that's the first thing that we begin with, turn the editing on. So as soon as I click on turn the editing on, my interface changes. So now I'm going to create a Microsoft Teams session in week 1. So in week 1, I'm going to click on add an activity or a resource. And under the list of resources, there is a resource named label. I'm simply going to add this. And I'm going to come to this page. So the first thing is that I'm going to put in the text for my label. So I'm just going to put in class session 14th October 2020 at 2 p.m. And when I put this text in the text box, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select this. Because when I'm going to create the link, this text is going to be hyperlinked. So that is why after writing the text, I have to ensure that it is selected. After this text is selected, there is an icon on the text editor box. If you just hover your mouse on it, it is going to say Teams meeting. So that's the logo of Teams meeting. So you're simply going to click on this and this new window is going to open. So right now I'm already, my browser has already saved the credentials of my MS Teams account. So that is why it is directly asking me to create a link. Otherwise, it would have asked me simply to sign in with my credentials of MS Teams. So these are the same credentials that are used for O365 account that has been sent to you by the IT department. So you would add those credentials And after adding those credentials, you'll come to this screen over here. So I'm simply going to click on create meeting link. Here, I'm just going to put in any title. Sorry, just a second. And then I'm just going to create the session. Okay. So once I click on create session, so I have the options of going to the meeting options or starting the meeting directly or adding the link as well. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is I'm going to just show you some meeting options.
Shakir, just a quick question.
Yes,
Somebody said, do we have to create this again and again? Every time we want to do it for every class? Naturally, they will have to do it every time they put up their class, because the class schedule will be on different days for different people.
yeah,
So
they would need
yeah.
to do for
Yeah.
each, they would need to put in a schedule. Okay. So under the meeting options, there are certain options that you can select and select. The first is who can bypass the lobby. So basically in Zoom, we are aware that there is a wait room. In Microsoft Teams, it is known as lobby. So it is same thing. It is basically a change in the name of the terminology, but it is exactly the same function. It is basically the wait room. Lobby is the wait room. So I would recommend that put this on people in my organization. So if anyone who is actually coming through the credentials of FC College, they will directly be able to access your meetings. But anyone who is actually trying to come from their personal credentials, they will actually go into the lobby. So keeping this option to people in my organization is preferable. Again, this option, who can present, I would recommend this to change it to only me, so that your students in the class are not able to actually share their own screen unless you allow them to do it. So keeping this option on only me is preferred. And these two options over here, you can leave it on default. The third option says announce when callers join or leave. This means that as soon as someone joins, you will be able to see their name on the top of the screen. So keeping it on yes, I think would be better. If you don't want it, you can simply click on it and put it on to no. This does not concern us at all, because there are not going to be any callers directly calling into your meeting, because they will be joining the meeting from the link that is given on Moodle. So now I'm simply going to save these settings. And I can close the window.
Lots of faculty are saying that they could not log into their account through Moodle. So I think they should contact the help desk to see if there's an issue at this moment.
Credentials were actually sent to the faculty, but if they are having any issues, they can surely send us an email. I will actually actually, Zimran, can you put in the email address into the chat?
Yes.
So Zimran is actually going to put an email address into the chat if there is a problem with MS Teams credentials or Office credentials, Office 365. So the email address is being entered, and faculty can send an email to that account. Okay. So let's proceed further. So the next thing would simply be that you need to click on add link. So as soon as you click on add link, can you see that this text is now hyperlinked? So this means that we have actually created a meeting and it has a label with the class timing. That is what I put it here. So you can put anything here that whatever is more desirable to you. So basically, I'm simply going to save and close this window. And let's view how the link is going to appear now. So I created this link under week 1. So this link is created here. So when I click on this link, I have 3 options to join. The first option is if you do not have a Microsoft Teams installed in your system, so you can click on it and you can download it and install it. If you already have MS Teams installed on your system, you can simply open the Teams. If you do not want to install MS Teams, still you can proceed. Then you need to select continue on this browser. With this option, you do not need to have a Microsoft Teams application installed on your system. So I'm going to click on continue on this browser.
When you sent out an invite of MS Teams, will the students get automatically the invite, or do you have to put up emails of students separately?
Emails of students. I'll actually, ma'am, if you can just give me 2 minutes, I'll get to that. That's a really good question. Thank you for reminding me that. So I will show you, but you don't need to actually put up the notification each and every time for each and every student. You don't need to do that. Okay. So once you're here, you simply click on join now. And your session is going to begin. So this is how you can go through Moodle and create your meeting link and start your session. So now I'm going to show you the student view. I'm just going to end that, how the students are going to view this. And I'm also going to show you how the students can be notified. Just a second. So there we are. So the first thing that I'm going to show you now is how the students come to know about this. All your students are already participants in this course. So in all your courses, the students are already there. So as soon as they're going to open week 1, they're going to know that the class link is created. But at times I do understand the instructors want to prompt students in order for them to know that, you know, the class is being held on that particular day. So you can in fact do that as well. Instead of selecting each and every student and then sending them out the notification, what you can do is you click on turn editing on.
Shakir, I'm sorry for interfering. If you put off your video, maybe your voice is breaking, it will improve. So please put off the video.
I'm just
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Shakir.
You're welcome, ma'am. So when you turn the editing on, so now I want to inform my students that I have just posted a link on Moodle. So I'm going to click on edit and I'm going to go to notifications. And by default, all of my students are already selected. I just need to click on send button and this link is going to go to their email. And the best thing is that when they're going to receive the email, they will have the access to the Microsoft Teams link in their email. So as soon as I click on send, the text is already created for me. If I need to put in additional information apart from this text, I can put it in the additional comments. And in just one click, I can send it to the entire class and notify them that this is the class that is being held on a particular day, rather than selecting every student one at a time and sending out the notification. And I'm just going to quickly show you that how the students are going to view the link. So I'm going to switch my role.
Sorry, Shakir, I see some people in the link saying if you could repeat this step, and
Okay.
also to show how to record and download it, recording both, So please repeat this step if you don't mind.
That's fine. I can do that. So let me start over. That would be better. Okay. So we have created the link in week 1. So the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to turn the editing on. And then we're going to click on edit. And the last option is notification. So I'm just going to simply select this notification. All my students by default are selected for the notification. Even the subject of the email is already predefined or pre-created by Moodle, and even the message body. If you would like to add more information, you can put it in the additional comments. And you can just simply click on send button and it will send the information to your entire class just in one click. Okay. Are there any questions? Is it clear? Can I proceed further with this?
About the recording they wanted to know, and they also wanted to know, can we do MS Team on phone? So those were the two questions that I see.
Okay, that's fine, ma'am. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is how you start your recording. So I'm going to show that. So once you're in the session, you need to click on more actions. And then you can start your recording. So this camera right now is working through the Microsoft Teams. So I'm just going to record a clip. And then we're going to see this. So I'm going to stop the recording. And now I'm going to hang up. As soon as I hang up, yep. As soon as I hang up, it takes some time for Microsoft to post the video, and Microsoft Teams posts the video over here. How do you access this section? When you go to your Microsoft Teams account, you simply need to ensure that you're selected on chat, and then your recent chat session will have your recent recording in it. So if I click on it, I would be able to play the recording. So this was a small clip. Microsoft Teams. So I'm just going to record a clip. So this is the clip that we recorded. Now, if I want to download this clip, I need to click here. I need to go to Microsoft Stream. So I'm simply going to click on this arrow sign. And once I'm here, I can simply scroll down and click on these 3 dots that say more action, and I can download the video on my system. So is there any question in terms of recording the session and downloading it? Do we have any questions?
Yes, Shaka, Raheel is responding to those questions, Imran, and they wanted to know how long the recording could be done. I mean, and they wrote back saying 4 hours. So what we are saying is that we have time limit beyond Zoom's 40 minutes, right? And one important question that was in there was about how to edit the videos. Is there an option to edit the videos once they have been recorded? So I do not know what's the answer to that.
Yes, ma'am. Once they are recorded, these can be downloaded the way I've just shown here. And then these can be edited afterwards.
Okay.
But these cannot be edited in the Microsoft Teams portal.
Oh.
You would need to download it onto your system and then edit it through a video editor.
Oh. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Do we have any other thing?
Do you have all this in a tutorial, or do you have a booklet for this that is on the Moodle account in the somewhere, so people can access it through the Moodle account when they go on it?
Yes. We can actually make that available through FAQs page as well. But I believe a guide was actually sent out to the faculty recently as well.
Shakir, if I may add, I have unfortunately, our faculty do not necessarily go through all the emails. So what I would suggest is that you put it on the Moodle account itself. So once people go into their Moodle account, they have an option where they have MS Teams on the side and how to work as a video conferencing through MS Teams. So I think put that as a separate link bar on the top, please. That would be very helpful.
Yes, we can do that. We can do that.
Thank you so much.
We have already put a lot of guides in Moodle FAQs as well. So we can actually create that one and put it there as well so that they can instantly access it through their Moodle web page.
Absolutely. That's the way to go. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Shaka.
Okay, I see there was a question related to whiteboard as well, that someone know how to use the whiteboard. So I'm just going to show you the whiteboard as well as the screen share as well. So while we're doing that, so I can show that. Okay, so once you're in your session, there is an option of open share tray. So once you click on this option over here, it gives you two options to share. So you can share your screen or you can share your whiteboard. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share a whiteboard. And the best thing about MS Teams is that on joining the whiteboard, it instantly asks you whether you want to present the whiteboard on your own or do you want to collaborate. So right now I've selected the option of collaboration. So I have different writing tools over here that I can use. This works better if you have a touch screen available with you. Okay, so that is how basically you can access your whiteboard. And now I'm going to show you how you share your screen. So in the similar option that says share tray, you open it and you go to the screen share and select. You can select your entire screen, or if it is a particular window, for example, if it is a PowerPoint display or a particular web page, then you can click on application window and select a particular screen rather than allowing your entire screen. So I'm just going to select my this page over here. So this is how you basically share the screen. Any questions related to share screen or whiteboard or anything else? If you want me to cover anything else, please let me
Yeah,
know.
but it's still, please keep on telling if it works also with the phone, Android, and many people are worried about too much technology and how to handle with it, but I think that's understandable, and I'm sorry if there's a lot of technology coming in. It will happen, I guess. So can we make groups in the whiteboard, the breakout rooms and all that? Can you please tell if that will happen, like with the big blue button?
Yes, certainly the breakout rooms can be created. For that, you would need to, the instructor would need to create their class. And then after creating their class on MS Teams, they can actually create sessions and break them out into different students. Do you want me to cover this right now? Because that would take some time actually.
Oh, I see.
That-
What I would suggest is, Shakir, that let us go back to the main theme of, doing online lectures and recording them. And I think breakout rooms is very important because that is where all the activities will happen.
Yes.
And otherwise students will lose their engagement with the class. So we will have to put up another session and hope that people will join again. But for now, you just tell us what it is that there are. If you clarify for people what are the features that they'll be able to handle in this, I think that will be more important. You are saying that whiteboard is there. You are saying it's beyond 40 minutes that Zoom allows. You are saying that there is an option of breakout rooms. You're saying that it can be recorded, but for editing, you have to take it off. So I think if you just put up the features out there, then maybe that will interest people and motivate them to come to listen to the talk about MS Teams and require more information. And why MS Teams is important compared to why not Zoom and why not Skype and why not any other resource. I think faculty would like to know that more, so they are tempted to use one or the other. Many are comfortable with Zoom, I know, and I think the plus point, if I may add, in Moodle is that you do not have to record your lecture outside as you do in Zoom and then upload it into Moodle account for students to see. The plus point is once you do a class, it records itself like big blue button and it will show in your account for the students. And that will take a couple of steps away from you, additional steps that you will have to do. Right, Shakir? Am I saying it right?
No, that was only possible with Big Blue Button.
So what are you saying, that this won't happen in MS Teams, that they will not have an automatic recording on their Moodle account?
No, for MS Teams, it is not possible.
So
Because
my question next, Shakir, is why would not Zoom be another option except for the time limit? Why wouldn't we still go with Zoom and why should we go with MS Teams? Then that's a simple question I think people would like to know. There is actually people saying that, faculty saying that Zoom is a good option. So please, and they're comfortable with it if I'm not wrong. So why MS Teams?
basically, the basic issue is with the 40 minutes limitation that is on Zoom. So
Okay, and that's okay.
Microsoft Teams, we don't have any limitation of time.
Okay, let me put it this way. Let me also add that with Zoom, people who start a meeting and it finishes in 40 minutes, they can immediately connect with the same ID back for a second meeting on that same link. And they don't have to send the link again to students. So we have tried it many times, me and Suleiman, and it works beautifully in other meetings also. Number one. Number two, I think what we are also trying to impress upon our faculty is that a 40-minute of recorded lecture is not a great idea of teaching. And if we have to engage students, smaller chunks are far better. So a 15-minute video with then doing another activity of breakout rooms, which I think Moodle does have the capacity for discussions, and then doing an asynchronous activity where you give them home assignments. That is a better way of integrating your whole class of students across the 3 categories. So there are ways you can go around it, and 40 minutes of talk time actually is too much, and you will lose students. But having said that, what I would suggest is that we do a very good analysis and a comparison between MS Teams, between Zoom and other options that we have, and we leave it to the faculty to pick what they prefer. And it's not a job to sort of insist that they do one mode or another. And I would have been actually much tempted as a faculty if it recorded automatically and if it placed it in my account automatically. And if 40 minutes is only the only caveat, then people will have to make a choice. What would they want to prefer?
Clarify one more thing. If even with the Zoom, if someone is using the Zoom, they would still need to download the video.
Yes. I know. That's what I'm saying. Then what is the difference except the 40 minutes? Is there another difference apart from the 40-minute time limit? And like I said, you can immediately restart the same session with the same ID. And if you tell your students that if it finishes at 40 minutes, we can come back again with the same ID. So it takes a second, literally half a minute to get that going. So let people decide, I think, at the end of the day. And please do continue with what else you have to say. So people are, there's a comment by Sufyan that why is big blue button still there in Moodle if it's not to be used?
Actually, right now we haven't removed the big blue button because we never got direction from the top management to remove it. So if we get a direction, we are going to do that.
Yeah, I think it would be less confusing, Shakir, I think, for people because they don't want to click on big blue button and again have a problem like intermediate had a problem. So it's better to remove it to lessen the confusion. So I think we would continue, please. And once we are done, then we can find a way of how to redo it again another time.
Okay, that's good. Okay, basically I was done with my demo. So I just prepared a brief version to begin with. So if we have to follow a detailed session, that can be organized later on. So if there are any further questions, I'm more than happy to answer.
I think this is probably a good time to end. We've gone all morning and it's been very helpful, but let's draw this to a close.
Yeah, I think we'll draw it to a close. And if I can do a very strange analogy about, I'm looking at the chat and how uncomfortable people are with learning so many technologies and this and that. And I thought about it's like a marriage of convenience, you know, really at the end of the day. For many like me, it will never bloom into a love affair, but it can't be avoided. So we have to just deal with it. And we will have to work with what is out there. And just to say, dear faculty, no technology will satisfy all the needs of all the instructors for all of the times. We will just have to do mix and match, a bit of a patch here and a bit of patch there. And it is true of all relationships. They are never perfect. So I think we will have to find our own patchwork quilt of what works best for my strategy over here. One thing is clear, you will have to consider equity. You will have to consider your workload. You will have to consider the issue of developing community and personal relationships and empathy. Those are things that technology can't provide. It is you that will be providing them. And so we have lots of faith that you have done a great job. And despite all the challenges, we'll do it again. But we'll come revisit a few things in our feedback forms. Please do tell us what would you like us to do again, and we will continue with some of the things that you want to do more of. For now, it's goodbye. As I see, we are from 260, we are down to 200 participants. You have been very patient. Thank you so much. Dr. Trimble, would you like to end with something?
Yes, I just want to say thank you to all the participants, for all those who have stayed so long. I want to say thank you to Dr. Roxana for a well-designed day, and to our Mahabali for her wonderful presentation.
Yeah.
The other presentations, excellent as well. I think that this met my goals for today, and so thank you very much. With no further ado, we will see all of you tomorrow morning, 9:45. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you so much.